Oh my god, I should not have stayed up until 2 a.m. That's for sure. Well, yeah, I think I might have found the source of the problem last night. No thanks to the doctors or anything. But, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm just not eating enough, basically. And that's why I'm getting sick, because I don't have enough calories. So I'm going to try and hit my recommended 2,500 calories a day. I probably will never actually eat that many calories in a day, but at least if I could get above 2,000, that would probably be good. So yeah, I was using ChatGPT last night at 1 in the morning to make a diet plan that I can use with all of the existing stuff that I've been eating, just in the right quantities. I mean, I had no idea. I was barely getting like 1,000 calories a day some days. So yeah, I really wasn't doing great there. I've never done the whole counting calories thing. So yeah, I guess I can see how that would have been pretty useful to have been doing that now, because I would have recognized the problem a lot sooner. So yeah, hopefully I will be feeling a lot better soon once I start eating the correct amount of food. And I think today I know what I need to do. I've been needing to do it for weeks. I need to get some of these games listed on eBay. Been making a list and pricing them up. Actually, I made a sale just this morning, which was pretty handy. I don't have many games listed at this point, though. Many of them have sold. There's a handful. There's a few left that might sell still, but I'd say most of the games that I have up there right now are pretty unlikely to sell unless I lower the price. And then even if they do sell, I'm barely going to get any money if I do that. But maybe the only way to... yeah, definitely. I mean, this is ridiculous. I'm looking at these prices now. I'm offended. I'm the one who set the prices, and I'm offended. I'm not going to pay $39.99 for a copy of Plain Crazy Uncivil Aviation. I should probably lower the price on that one. Jeez, yeah. Okay. These Gunman Chronicles as well. Probably drop the prices down on those. Yeah, I've got like three, maybe four. Actually, that's probably overpriced as well. The Half-Life generation Counter-Strike release. The double pack, the Half-Life Generation double pack, that can go for a bit, but the Half-Life Generation big box is not really worth a great deal. What does this do? That's pretty useless. So I think that would probably be a good place to start, dropping some of these frickin' prices down. $24.99 and a $34.99 copy of Theme Park World. I can't really justify going any lower than $24.99. Why is this one $34.99? It's complete and it's in reasonably good condition. I could maybe go down to $29.99 on this one. It's more likely to sell. What about the other one? This one's already $24.99. Oh, this one's pretty rough. Yeah. Is it missing anything? It's also complete though, so it's really just that the box is slightly worse than the other one. I think I would probably keep this one $24.99 and drop the other one down to $29.99. Maybe a bit more likely to sell. I mean, how long have some of these been listed? They've been on there for like at least a year, I think. If they haven't sold in a year, probably do something. Oh man, this copy of Lego Creators is never gonna sell, is it? Oh, actually, I'm pretty on point with that price. This one, I think this one is missing. Oh god, it's pretty rough, and it's missing the. God, this is in really bad condition, and it's missing the strategy guide, which came with it. It's Aliens vs. Predator Gold Edition, which had the Primer strategy guide bundled with it. It's in really terrible condition. Definitely gotta drop the price down on that one. Okay, Gunman Chronicles. I'm gonna drop this from $39.99 to $34.99. And drop the other one from $44.99 to $39.99. Star Wars Jedi Knight Dark Forces 2. Oh, that's in horrible condition as well. Okay, well. Is it missing the manual as well? Jesus Christ, man. What am I trying to do? What, am I some sort of con man? $24.99. It's missing the manual. It's in terrible condition. Alright, I'm going to drop the price down on that one. Kiss Psycho Circus, The Nightmare Child. It appears to be complete. What did I write? Yeah, it's complete. The box is slightly worn. I'm not sure what it is with these though. They don't really sell very well. They're pretty common, although I haven't seen many for sale recently. They used to be floating around all the time. Used to be tons of them. But I think they're just not very sought after. Nobody really wants this game. That's probably why it's not selling. Oh, my. Yeah, if I really want that to sell, I'd say I need to drop it down from $29.99 to $24.99. How you gonna keep 'em down on the farm? La da 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 da. Tomb Raider 3. I'm asking $24.99. Nobody's buying. What's wrong with it? Well, the box looks pretty good. Inner tray is slightly wonky. Is it missing something? It's missing the ADOS catalog. Is what I'm speculating, apparently. Why am I speculating? Did I know what this game comes with? Gee, seriously, my copy looks like it's in worse condition than that one, to be honest with you. It's more complete, yeah, because I have this. That's what it's supposed to have. Gotta wonder why I'm keeping this box and not the other one. I see. Yeah, the box overall is in better condition, but it has like a huge scratch on the front, which just kind of ruins the artwork. Yeah, well, I guess I'm going to drop the price down on this one. Really, it's already $24.99, but it's not selling. That's crazy to me that a Tomb Raider 3 isn't selling at $24.99. Well, I guess I'm going to try $19.99. Half-Life Generation, $39.99. Maybe it would go for $34.99. It's not in bad condition. Yeah, I'll drop it down to $34.99. What about that resurrection pack? I'm asking $69.99. Nice. Maybe if I asked like $59.99 it would sell. I think it's mainly because it has some damage to the box. I mean, it's complete. It is complete. It just has, yeah. Looks like somebody stabbed the box at some point. I'm not sure why they did that. But it has two big kind of cuts in the top. Other than that, it's really good. Alright, well, it's pretty good. Yeah, we could... I think if I drop this down to $59.99, that's more likely to sell. Again, it hasn't sold in like over a year, so that's probably the move. And then these other two, Abe's Exodus and Star Wars Dark Forces, I think those are probably priced just fine. It's just nobody wants to buy them. Oh, look at this, Abe's Exodus. Okay, well, I'll agree it's not in the best condition. It is complete, though. I think it would be more likely to sell at... Hey, Orangutan, how's it going? I think it would be more likely to sell at like $49.99 instead. Let's have a look at this Dark Forces. And seemingly in good condition. And I believe it's complete. What does it say? Minor shelf wear. Small tear in the top spine. Discoloration to the manual. Okay, yeah, I do really think the Abe's Exodus would probably sell at $49.99. I'm gonna have to get this Dark Forces off the shelf though and look at it. Honestly, it's in nice condition. It's just this one little tear. $49.99. What about $44.99? What if I drop it down slightly? I feel like $39.99 would be too low. Well, what I really feel like is that I'm pretty sure it would definitely sell at $39.99. But I'd like to get a little bit more for it than that. Okay, Quake Resurrection Pack. I'm dropping that down to $59.99. And Abe's Exodus, I'm dropping that down to $49.99. Let me have a look at how much some other copies of Dark Forces are going for. Geez, $74.99 there's one listed for here. Oh, you're gonna keep them down on the farm. Got that stuck in my head today. Wish I knew the rest of the words. Okay, here's a copy for $39.19. In seemingly slightly worse condition than my copy. So yeah, I think around $44.99 would be the right sort of call. They're generally going for a little bit more. They're generally going for around 50. I mean, they're listed for around 50. What they're actually going for, I don't know. Alright, yeah, I'm pretty convinced that I want to lower the price to $44.99. Wait, let me just, before I do that, let's just have a look at the sold auctions or whatever, sold items. Yeah, sometimes just very occasionally, they'll go for really cheap. That can throw things off a little bit. Here's one that went for $26.55. Somebody got a deal. Okay, one sold for 45. One sold for 30. Wow, one went for 16. It's in pretty poor condition by the looks of it, but that's pretty cheap. Somebody's happy. God, sometimes it can be painful to look at the finished auctions and you're like, what? You mean I missed out on a game for 3 pence? God damn it. Yeah, it can be hard to find them because depending on what they put in the title, you can't always find them, right? Sometimes it's like, yeah, it's almost got to be a full-time job just searching eBay all day, every day. You don't want to miss anything. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna drop the price down to $44.99. That's a good. That's a good. Alright, there we go. So, hopefully some of these will sell with the new reduced prices. I'd still be surprised if Plain Crazy sold at $29.99. That's... Nobody wants that game except me. That's why I have 3 copies of it for some reason. Oh well, we can try it at $29.99. See if anyone bites. But yeah, what I really need to do is photograph and list a bunch more games. It's becoming quite urgent because I am going to run out of money if I don't do that. Yes, I would like to just do game development and level design all day and play my drums from time to time, but that does not seem to be paying the bills. Hopefully when I get the game finished one day and release it, that will help, but until then, it's not really doing it. Man, I remember back in the day when you could buy a copy of Little Big Adventure 2. Those were the days. We didn't know how good we had it. Now they're all going for like at least 100 schmuckaroos. You know, since the remaster, or the remake, or whatever it is, you know, the prices just went through the roof. And I sold all of mine. I've had like 2 or 3 copies of that game. God knows what. I think I just needed the money at the time and I sold them. I have the original, but I don't have the second one. And the second one is the one I grew up with, so it's the one that I would really prefer to own. What else am I looking for? Oh yeah, I'm always looking for an Unreal Tournament. But yeah, I mean, pretty hard to get your hands on one of those these days. One of my favorite boxes too. I just love the look of that box. Yeah, I can't believe it. There was a Quake 3 Arena steel box that went recently, like super cheap, and I just forgot to bid and totally missed out. I've been looking for that one for years. I was really kicking myself, dude. I just forgot about it. Well, I think I was asleep actually, and then I woke up, looked at my phone, and I was like, no. Jeez, yeah, there's a someone else is selling a resurrection pack in much worse condition than mine, and they're asking $69.99, which is the same price I was asking for mine. There's no way this is gonna sell. Yeah, I even had to. Mine's way better condition, and I've even had to lower the price. Wolfenstein 3. I still have never owned a copy of Wolfenstein 3. Return to Castle Wolfenstein. I don't think it ever got a big box release, or if it did, it was only in the US. But it has like a nice steelbook release, which would be pretty cool. It's a Quake 2 engine game, right? I think it's Quake id Tech 3. Oh, id Tech 3? So, what, same engine as Quake 3 Arena? Is that right? Oh wow, so it's Quake 3 engine, nice. Yeah, I should play that one at some point. It's kind of cool. I try to own. I don't think I own all of them right now. Well, I don't own this one, so obviously I don't own all of them. But I try to own everything made in the Quake engine, everything made in the Quake 2 engine, everything made in the Quake 3 engine, everything made in Gold Source. Because then it's like I have the entire lineage of everything that evolved from the original Quake engine. But I'm still missing a few, I believe. I'm still on the fence about, there's a copy of Malice. I should probably just snag it, to be honest with you. You probably won't see one this cheap. Again, the same seller had a copy of Soldier of Fortune as well that was missing the manual, but the box was in slightly better condition than mine, and it had some of the other stuff. I've got the manual, but I don't have some of the other stuff, like the registration card, and there's like a promo for Star Trek Elite Force in there, which I'm missing. So, but it's sold. I was just on the fence about it for like days, and it sold before I could pull the trigger. It was about like this. Honestly, this copy of Malice is like, it's a good price. It's the European release. That's the reason I'm still on the fence about it. Because I try to always collect the UK releases. If there was a UK release, I want the UK release because I'm from the UK. It makes sense. The only time I'll get US or EU releases is if there was no UK release. If there was an EU release, there was most likely a UK release. So it's usually, there's some games that were only released in the US in a big box format anyway. In those scenarios, I might consider picking one up, a US release, but generally I do try to get the UK release of everything. And this is an EU release of Malice, but it's still a good price, and it's complete. It's in pretty good condition. But the Soldier of Fortune was like basically priced about right, like what they go for. So I was like, well, I need it. It's a box upgrade. I can complete my copy, but I'm not. It's not like I'm getting a great deal or anything. I'm basically paying what it's worth, which is like, that doesn't sound like such a bad thing, you know. Paying what something is worth sounds acceptable, but not in my mind. It's like I have to find the deals, you know. If I'm not getting some crazy deal, then I don't usually buy it. That's how I've built the collection, is just by hunting for deals, really. I don't think I've ever paid full price for a game. I'm trying to think, have I ever paid full price for a game? I don't think so. And luckily for me, a lot of the really expensive stuff I don't collect anyway, you know. Wolfenstein 3D and your Doom and everything. What else? I don't know. Because I don't collect it. I'm not really interested in it. Because I didn't grow up with those games. That was kind of before my time, really. I mean, it wasn't. I was alive, but I wasn't aware of games because I just had very uncool parents who weren't really aware of anything cool that was happening in the world. So I kind of discovered everything really late. You know, in fact, they were kind of against it. They were like, you know, oh, you can't play these violent video games and stuff. So, if anything, they were actively trying to prevent me from experiencing anything cool. So, I mean, I didn't play Quake until like 18 years after release. And I was like, holy shit, this is amazing. This is like the greatest game of all time, and it's still the best game ever made. Still, to this day, I still believe that. I mean, I love Half-Life 2. I love World of Warcraft. You know, there's a lot of games that I like, Black and White. A lot of really cool games, but nothing beats Quake for me. It's the ultimate game. It just still blows me away to this day. Every time I pick it up, I find something new to love about it. It's just a timeless classic. It really is. It's brilliant. And I can't play like Doom and Duke Nukem 3D and those like 2.5D FPS games because they give me motion sickness. My brain like can't handle the frickin' the like fake 3D. It just bugs me out. It's gotta be true 3D or nothing. So it's like everything from Quake and on that's my jam. But mainly Quake is my jam. Actually, I got pretty fired up after watching the most recent Quake speedrunning explained, if you know that YouTube channel. I was like, oh my god, I want to speedrun some Quake again. Yeah, it just reminded me. It's the beautiful game. Forget soccer, football, as we say over here in sunny old England. Forget football. Quake is the beautiful game. Football's probably cool if you like actually can appreciate it. It probably is a great game. I'm sure it's a great game, but I've never been into it. Yeah, I've always been into technology and movies. I when I was a kid, like I think the first thing I thought I wanted to do was be a movie director. I wanted to grow up and make movies. And then I discovered you could make video games, and I was like, no, this is it. This is the thing. This is my jam. And here I am. I'm doing it now. I am actually making a video game. It's kind of crazy. It's not accessible. That was always the thing that was the real hurdle for me to get over. You know, I'm not exactly the sharpest tool in the shed, so it was really difficult for me to learn like programming and stuff. And I always used to just wish, like, why can't I just get the ideas out of my imagination? You know, why are these tools all so hard to use, and why is it so difficult? But eventually, with enough perseverance, you know, I am ancient now, but I have actually managed to learn some basic programming and put it to use to make something. It's one of the things that I really love about music is the instantaneous feedback. It's like I hit the drum and it makes a sound. There we go. We're playing music. We're playing music, baby. Whereas programming, it's like I've been typing for days, and if I'm lucky when I execute this, I will see something happen on the screen. You know, it's very delayed gratification with programming. It takes a long time to get any sort of feedback. Music is like you strum the strings of the guitar and you hear the sound. It's immediate. It's great. Because I can only tolerate so much, and music's a great like outlet for me or something when it's all getting too much, you know. And I need some instant gratification, you know. I can just hammer away at the drums like a maniac. because it can get really stressful with the coding, and oh my god, it's just weeks on end of coding, and everything's so slow and gradual. And sometimes I just need something to happen immediately. Well, I still feel quite sick today, but I think I might be slightly better than yesterday. So I guess I'm gonna lift. It is Monday. I'm supposed to be lifting today. Today was the first week where I was planning on lifting 3 days. 3 days a week. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But yeah, I really gotta stop getting sick all the time. I swear it's just because I'm not eating enough, and I think my body is just completely deprived of calories, and it's failing me. My body is failing me. I didn't realize, like, that was honestly quite shocking, that I'm only eating, some days I'm only eating just over 1,000 calories, which is, that's less than half what I'm supposed to be eating. So that was pretty concerning. I'm pretty concerned about that. And I've been getting sick, like, constantly. Like, every few days I'm getting ill. So, yeah, something's not right. It sounds like honestly, it sounds like a pretty massive amount of food. It's not that, it's just compared to what I've been eating recently. There have been times when I've been training hard and stuff, and I'm eating, like, basically constantly throughout the day. Just absolutely shoveling it in. But recently, I've been maybe eating like 2 meals a day. I've been really not eating very much, so it seems like a lot. But I'm sure as long as I'm training, and yeah, well, basically as long as I'm training, I'll have enough of an appetite to eat everything I need to eat. And if I don't, I can always vape a bit of weed, and that'll probably help me get the rest down. But yeah, I'm hoping that if I fix my calories this week, then by next week I should be feeling okay again. That's fingers crossed, because I'm getting sick of being sick all the time. Alright, well, it's been about 2 hours since I finished breakfast here, so I should probably start making my way downtown. Making my way downstairs to lift some weights for a bit. Can I think of anything else? Is there anything else? There's not a lot of games. I'm probably forgetting something, but there's not a lot of games that I'm still looking for, to be honest with you. There is some stuff. Yeah. I looked for these recently, though, and there weren't. I mean, they're on there, but for ridiculous prices that I just can't afford to pay. The original Quake mission packs. I did get a fairly good deal on the Quake 2 mission packs recently. They haven't shown up yet, but I got a pretty good deal on those. So, but that's like why. It's like I said before. I just have to own everything that sort of branches from the Quake engine, everything that stems from the Quake engine for posterity, for historical preservation. I have to own all of that stuff because I'm completely insane. But I don't even play Quake 2 and probably never will. But I still have to own it and the mission packs. But anyway, so yeah, I got a fairly. I think I broke them down. I broke them down over the course of like a month or two. They were listed and they kept lowering the price because nobody was buying them. And I finally got the price that I wanted, so I was pretty chuffed with that. They could have just accepted my offer in the first place, because that was the price they sold for in the end. But yeah, sometimes just a bit of patience and you'll get the deal. But yeah, what I really want is the mission packs for Quake, because Quake is my one true love. It's my Quake is my game. I don't care about Quake 2, except beyond the fact that I have to own them because I'm a lunatic. So yeah, those are the ones I'm really looking for. And yeah, there's a few copies for sale, but they're not cheap. And like I was saying, I don't buy games for full price. I'm looking for those deals, baby. So it could be years before I get those back in the collection. I've had a few of them pass through my hands. I think I've had 2 or 3 copies of the Quake mission packs, and now I have none. Yeah. I was flat broke, and I sold off a big chunk of the collection at one point, and I haven't really managed to fully rebuild yet. Alright, let me just set an alarm for this auction because I don't want to miss it. Might be able to snag a deal. Also, my sleep problems could have been to do with my diet as well. My lack of calories. Apparently that's another thing that can happen if you're in a caloric deficit. You can have trouble sleeping. It's not been quite so bad recently, but hopefully if I fix my diet, it will be even better. I think I've been able to sleep just purely because I'm so exhausted from training all the time. But yeah, if I'm training all the time and not getting the calories I need, that is a recipe for disaster, as I have found out. Yeah, it turns out if you increase the amount of activity you're doing, you also got to make sure that you increase the amount of calories you're consuming, respectively. Not decrease it, because I think I probably decreased the amount of calories that I've been eating recently. So I started training more and started eating less calories at the same time, which that's a terrible idea. But like I said, I've never counted calories. I just didn't know. Honestly, it's been kind of a shock to find out how little I've been eating. So yeah. Hopefully I'm going to be okay if I get this sorted out. But right now it's time to pick up some heavy objects and put them down again and break a sweat. So I'm going to switch to the phone and make my way downtown, and I'll see you there. I'll be back in just a minute.